welcome to our excuse me, new mouth, low mileage. Welcome to the latest edition and the newest edition of our newest podcast entitled Logic. This is a podcast that's going to encompass everything that we've done and give it a little bit extra. And I say that because this podcast is going to take a bit of reaction, it's going to take a bit of instruction, it's going to take a bit of opinion, all that stuff, and mash it all together. But it's going to do it from a logical frame. And this new podcast, as well as others in the Jazzy Groove Ready Day podcast family, are brought to you by the power of five. If you like what we're doing, support the channel. At the very least, hit the like button. And now, let's get involved. The premiere podcast episode will focus on our dear friend Delusion. You can run with this for days. I mean, I can do a show, I can edit it, I can upload it, and the minute I'm finished, oh, I could have talked about this. Oh, I could have talked about that. Oh, I could have talked about the other thing. This is a constantly evolving topic that gives me nothing but pleasure because it allows me to vent. And some episodes, as you guys will have taken, help me to vent more than others. And this one, I think, this one has the potential to have me venting. We are going to look into the latest video by Fresh and Fit. Shout out to Walter and Myron and the crew down in Fresh and Fit. We appreciate what you're doing. We hope you're doing more of the same, and we love you all. These guys are talking to some interesting women. And we're going to drop you into a conversation that they're having with a black girl who is high maintenance, to say the least. Here we go. Let's get this wider. Here we go.
Can't lie, I used to be super materialistic.
Or you still are?
Just real quick, this is the girl we're talking about. And watch how she started by saying, I'm not materialistic. And just by looking at her, I call cap. But let's just see how far she digs her hole and how desperately she tries to get back out of it. Let's get back into it.
No, I'm not. And the reason why is I never really told anybody this. I mentioned it on my podcast like a month ago, but I was super materialistic. But then February of last year, I got humbled.
Oh. You turned 30.
Because,
You turned 30, so you humbled.
no, I'm going to tell you why I got humbled.
I'm still single.
So my second, you remember I told you my first fiance went to prison and the second one did. Yeah. So
what the second one going for?
You were engaged to him too?
No, we weren't engaged.
Okay.
Bro.
The feds literally just knocked my door down and came through our house, and they were actually looking for him.
Did he go to J6?
What is that? What is that?
She's not gonna know. Okay, so they're not. Yeah, they're doing fraud.
The woman sitting right next to Myron is annoying. She's a conservative reporter. That's all you need to know. She is as annoying as hell. But for the purposes of this conversation and this podcast, we're going to attempt to deal with it. But be warned, this can stop at any time simply because I have had enough of her. But anyway, let's get back into it.
So you Not you, but I mean the guys. What did the second guy get arrested for?
They said that he robbed the two jewelry stores.
Yo,
Bro, what the fuck you thinking, bro?
I'll tell you this, man.
I guess no, you know what it is?
You
I
know how
like
to
to feel
pick them.
protected. I like a man that like ain't nobody's gonna mess
You
with
like
me.
street niggas.
I see we got womenese going. Translation. I like the money. Now remember, she started off by saying she's not materialistic. But look at the rocks around her neck. That cost a pretty penny. She used to ride around in a Rolls Royce. You won't find that at the local Ford dealership. So right off rip, she's high maintenance. She's an expensive woman. She's also the type of woman that, as an everyday man, you want to steer clear from. Even now, when she says she's reformed, you want to stay away. And the reason why you want to stay away is because she's had a taste of it. And more to the point, she liked it. So if you can't provide that lifestyle, and I say 8 to 9 out of 10 of us can't, she's not going to stay with you. Because even if you're a master in bed, you can only keep her pipe down for so long because then she'll start wanting other things. And her eye will start wandering and she'll start manifesting her hypergamous nature. And it's not to say that she's a bad person, because I'm thinking she could be a good one, but she's had a taste of the high life. She's been alpha widowed twice, not once, but twice. So who's to say she won't leave the guy she's with now when she grows tired of his straight and narrow? Because let's look at it another way. Women like danger for the most part. They like excitement. That's why they like gossip. Because they like to live vicariously through their friends. Now, a guy will say that, but in truth, oh, I'm gonna live I'm gonna live vicariously through you. Translation: you do you, I'll do me. We'll meet up next week and we'll talk. Guys aren't really looking for women like that. They're not really. Um, they're not looking for women to fulfill that need. Remember, guys are direct. Women are obtuse. And I could say, I wish it weren't that way, but if I told you that, I would be lying to you. Anyways, let's get back to it.
Behind the
You like
bars.
street niggas.
Wait, what?
Not no more. Cause my man now, he's like ex-army, like about his business, into crypto, teaching me things. Like he's not into that type of life. So I'm trying something different, guys.
So only after.
Pray me.
I'm trying something different. Right there, that tells me and should tell you that this guy's temporary. Trying something new is womanese for, let's see how long this guy can keep me comfortable until I need something else. Let's see how long This guy can keep my attention. And that's not necessarily a good thing. Now, kudos to her because she's trying it. She said, I'm trying something new. But the fact that she has to try it means that she's already told herself, I might fail. And if I do fail, I need an out. And that's a recipe for failure. Let's get back to it.
Chaos.
Yeah. All right. So you said you got humbled in February of last year. So okay, they knocked your door down. That means they have a search warrant automatically or an arrest warrant.
Right.
Which one was it?
Both.
Oh fuck. Oh shit. Okay. Who came in?
From two different.
What did the jacket say? What acronyms?
I have like selective memory. I try to forget those type of things. I don't know, but I just know it's from two different states. Like they flew in specifically from two different states for him.
But it was feds.
Yeah.
Damn. They flew in.
Wait.
Like they flew in from DC and
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
That's fine. But there was another case office that did it. But like, so was it FBI?
Yeah.
And then you said another agent? Was it? No, it wouldn't be DEA. It's probably maybe Homeland that came.
ATF.
Yeah.
ATF.
I think.
Oh, well, they robbed it with guns?
I'm not saying he robbed anybody.
Okay, well, allegedly. Sorry, they robbed the jewelry store, right?
That's what they said.
Allegedly. Okay, maybe it was ATF because that's a firearm crime. Okay, all right.
How did we even get here?
Yeah, so two guys got arrested by the feds.
Well, basically, they took a lot of money and jewelry from me, so it made me realize, like money, like all that material stuff is not everything.
Well, no,
you know
if it was purchased correctly, it would have been fine.
It is.
Who bought you that? Who
You're
bought you
saying the
that
feds
necklace?
took it?
Who bought you that?
Oh.
My ex-fiance.
Called it. Didn't I say earlier about the rocks around her neck being a pretty penny? The minute he said, who bought that for you? She's clutching it. Like, oh, this thing? High maintenance. High maintenance. And while we're on the topic of high maintenance, let's look and see if she's wifey material, shall we? Okay. Cumbrellas. Because ain't nobody's eyelashes that long. She got the rocks around her neck. Somebody in her past had some money. Plunging V-line, drawing attention to herself. Exhibit A. And now I ask the jury, is she wifey material? Spoiler alert. No. No, she's not. And she's not wifey material because everything that we looked at from the top of her head down to her midriff, it's attention grabbing. A wife doesn't need that. She wants to look good, yes. But there's looking good and there's OTT or over the top. And she is OTT. Let's see what the woman has to say about this now.
Why you still wearing
You
it?
bought it? Oh, that's pretty.
The wire fraud or the jewelry store?
Oh my god!
You got a man as an ex-army guy, crypto learning, big guy, taking care of you, and you still wearing that shit?
Really? Really? You got a guy that's ticked all your right boxes. And yet you still disrespect him by wearing an ex's thing. And I bet you that came out of hiding when she came down here to Miami. She doesn't wear that every day. Because she knows Yeah. Here's one thing I really want to drive home to people that listen out there, whether you're male or female. Women know what I'm talking about. They just know. They know it. They are well aware of the foolery that they put men through on a day-to-day basis. And I ask you, why? Why must you do this? It's not like we don't already know. We do know. But you still must maintain the facade. They must carry on with the charade. I'm here to tell you, you don't have to do it because we already know it. So why do you do it? Because it makes me feel good. That's nice. Now, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Less than zero. Let's see what old girl has to say about this thing that Fresh is thrown up in her face.
It's
Come
pretty.
on, bro.
Stop. She's
Take
not
that shit off, man.
materialistic.
Yo,
Stop. She's not materialistic. Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
I'm not materialistic. That's all
so
that
then why you
matters.
wearing that?
No, you are materialistic. There's a part of you that will always be materialistic. It's just how well do you manage to suppress that urge? And judging from how you look today, you're not a very good job of it. You don't perform your duties very well. This is all PC. The modern woman is a master of PC. They'll say whatever needs to be said that makes them look good to the general public. Yet right below that, scratch the surface, and you see them for what they truly are. I got a chat here from Exile Zoe that said that's a Decepticon. Yes, it is. That is a Decepticon because that is nothing but a deception. Let's continue.
Yeah, but don't you think it's disrespectful? Just like real talk, isn't it? Don't you think it's disrespectful? Like, as a woman, if you found out that you were dating a guy and he went shopping and like the girl took him for one of the, you know how sometimes women go shopping with their boyfriends and they say, oh, wear this, right? And they buy them something maybe. Wouldn't you get mad if your boyfriend was wearing a shirt that his ex bought him?
Absolutely. But
Yeah.
Then why would you wear that? Which goes to my point. I called it, and she won't say it. But being that she feels the way she feels now, you can tell and make a pretty safe assumption by saying she doesn't wear that at home. She doesn't. Because if she did, she'd be a hypocrite. And I think she knows a bit more about herself than to be so a blatant hypocrite.
thing about it is, I did not put that he bought me that until you asked me that. It's not like
Bullshit. Yes, you did. That's why you did. You didn't think anyone would make a comment about it, which is why you wore it. But you did think about it. You knew it. You knew it when you decided to put it on when you were coming on this podcast because your man wouldn't see it. You hope. You hope. I'm thinking, yeah, if he watches this and knows that you're going to be on it, he's seen this. And he's waiting for you to come home so you can be like, he'd be like, oh, where's that rock around your neck? Let me have it. Let me have it. Now we're going to pawn it. And we're going to see how much we get from it. And I'll even give you the money for it. But you're not going to wear it anymore. You can have the money because I don't need it. It's not mine. But now this isn't yours. I'm telling you, the level of deception that women are capable, not even talking about what they actually do, what they're capable of is truly mind boggling. Well and truly. Let's get back to it.
Like when I put a shirt on, oh, this person got me that. You know what I'm saying? My memory is not that
You
good.
should pawn that too.
But
So
you
let me
know
ask
you're
you
not
something.
one.
Oh, yeah, you won't pawn that one.
Yo, Chad's gonna find her ex-boyfriend in here. I already know. Chad's gonna find the ex-boyfriend's.
Oh my
Wait,
God.
I just gotta ask: was it the wire fraud guy or the jewelry robber? Which one? Who bought you that
They already
necklace?
found one.
Yo, Chad, what the fuck did I do?
Notice when Myron asked which one was it, she didn't pick her head up straight away. Which goes to another deceptive quality of women. Anyone who's seen at least one episode of Fresh and Fit can tell you that the questions that they ask you are going to be detailed. They're not going to be fluff. They're going to be substantial. They're going to dig in deep. And depending upon how you answer those questions, that's going to dictate how deep they actually go. The very fact that she had her head down as long as she did tells me she didn't do her homework. Every woman on this panel today, on some level, some more so than others, but every woman on this panel came on this show today to help garner more attention to themselves at the very least. You got the black sisters on the far right, and one of them you got that big trunk jewelry on her neck and all this other stuff. I don't think that looks good on a guy, and I am a guy. So let a girl wears it. No, that's a total turn off. And I understand I might be a outlier on that. I might be in the minority, but that's me. I don't care about other people. Full transparency. I don't care what people think about anything. I'm not in it for them. I'm in this for me and the people that I care most about more than anything else in this world. I'm in it for them. One thing I've always said about myself, and hold on a minute, we'll get back into this in a minute. But one thing I will definitely say about myself is this. I have always maintained that when I blow up, whoever is with me in my orbit will be elevated with me just because they had the fortitude to hang with me when I was trying to reach my level. I'm on the come up. You ride with me. I get there. You're in automatically. And then the trick becomes, can you stay there, or do you fall off and get wasted and get left behind? I have always been that way. I reward people who stick with me. I don't believe in Johnny come latelys. Because, yeah, you're here today, you're probably gone tomorrow. Unless you show me something. And even on a friendship level, this matters. You add value to my life. Because whether it's a relationship or friendship, either or, you got to bring something into someone's life that warrants your being there. Let's get back into it.
Niggas only find one?
Yeah.
Wait, so
don't play.
what about if a guy gets you like a car or something?
Right,
can't
you gotta
drive your
like sell the car. Like,
Those are the two sisters I was talking about earlier. Let's get back.
now he got me.
That's,
He got
I
me a
feel like
Rolls
that's
Royce.
immature.
Sell a
He
car,
got me a
bro.
Rolls Royce, but when the
Rolls
feds
Royce?
took him, they took that too.
Right, I'm saying like about
What
your
are you
boyfriend.
saying?
Your new boyfriend shouldn't worry about whoever got whatever in the past because
Don't listen to her. Free advice. Don't listen to her. Because it absolutely, positively, and emphatically does matter. It does matter. A woman will be judged on her past. A man will be judged on his future. Biologically factual. It's a biological fact. And that goes hand in hand with my Alpha Widow synopsis that I painted earlier. My Alpha Widow theory. She's tasted the good life. She's loath to give it up, which is obvious from the jewelry she's wearing around her neck for a start. She hungers for it. And this is what I'm talking about earlier. Whatever this is around her neck. You see how big that is? That wouldn't look good on a guy. I say about half of that would look good on a guy. She's a billboard. And the sisters are much better with her plunging V line all the way down here. You got cleavage showing. Tell me that's not for attention. I'll wait. I'll wait. I've got time. Everything that these two do is for attention. Long blonde hair. Show me a black blonde. Unless you live in a certain tribe in Africa, that's not her hair. Both of them. It's a wig or a weave. This one's a walking billboard. This is the plunging V line with the rope chain. Tell me that that's not for attention. And the business they're in, they're rappers. or rappers slash singers or whatever the hell you want to call them. They thrive on attention. And the saddest part about it is that this one here, she sang a little bit, she rapped a little bit earlier. She's got bars. I'll give her that. She's got bars. She's got a good flow. She's got what it takes. With all this jewelry and stuff like that, nah, not so much. I couldn't sign her because I know what this brings. And it doesn't bring positivity to your label. Because remember this, and this is a shout out to So You Want to Be a Musician, which you'll see coming back very, very soon. But you are a representation of your brand. So if I was to let's say I was to sign her, she would be a representation of Baby Alex Records. I don't care how good you sound. Do I want someone looking like this being the face of my label? And before you answer, remember this. She's all about clout, just all about attention. And she believes that her current man shouldn't worry about what happens in her past. That right there, that's not a red flag. That's a hard stop sign. Just stop, stop. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Let's get back to it.
Cause
No, they
it's
should.
mine now.
They should
Yes.
though.
No, they
They
should
should
not. So, okay,
Another
would it be
question:
better
since he
if
bought
she
me a
would've-
car, you expect for my ex to be like, "Oh, you can't drive that car anymore."
Your ex got.
Yes. Yes, I do. Absolutely. We're going to take this down to the dealership and we're going to trade it in for something more mm, modest. You are definitely not driving this car. And if you drive this car, it's not going to be with me. It's not going to be with me because I am not going to be riding around in a car or watch you ride in a car that reminds you of someone you used to be with. One thing I say about in my situation that I really, really am happy about is that because my wife was British and came over here on a J1 visa, there was no baggage. There was one guy that she was talking to that broke with her a week before Valentine's Day. And decided to get stupid with her before he left. I don't know. He broke up, she broke up. I don't care. I really don't. His loss was my gain. And here it is, 28 years later, through the good and the bad, and I'm still maintaining. I'm still maintaining. But yes, you're not driving that car. And if you drive it, You can drive it down the street on the highway and keep going because you ain't coming back here. Sorry. No, not sorry. We're trading in your car. We're pointing your jewelry. Anything else that this fool decided that got for you is gone. You can keep the money. I don't want it. But just the stuff is not staying here. If it has to stay here, then I have to leave. And it's not an ultimatum. It's a simple choice. You know what I bring. Either me or that. This or that. Let's get back.
What I'm saying is that there's sentimental value attached with everything, and so it's the same reason why people get upset with their partners or whoever they're dating or talking to for talking to their ex, right? Because the past is the past, and so anytime you're going to be, whether you want to admit it or not, like subconsciously, if you're driving a car, your ex got you, or you're wearing a piece of jewelry, or you're wearing a shirt, you're going to be thinking about your ex, and like
that, and that's the pretty much spot on. That hit the nail on the head. The only reason why you would keep it is because on some level it reminds you of that person. On some level, it reminds you of what you had. Now, in the case of a partner dying and you becoming a widow, that's completely understandable. But I would eventually expect you to get rid of it because I'm not insensitive. I'm not insensitive, and I'm not saying you can't have it. Grieve. Do what you have to. Mourn. But I also expect you to come to your senses, get over it as best you can, but more importantly, move forward. Let's get back to it.
Like that's not romantic.
See, I don't think that's true. But what I do agree with you with, I believe in energies. So like I believe sometimes you need to be out with the old and with the new. Like
Bullshit. You believe in energies. Show me this energy you believe in. Oh, that's right. You can't because it's not tangible. It's spiritual. I grow tired of this. But for your sakes, I intend to soldier on a bit more.
Like you, like I believe in that. So I agree with you in some
That
way with that.
perspective, yeah.
But some things I really don't. I like when you got. I'm not saying I got a lot of stuff, but like you don't remember where everything. Like for example, do you know where you got that shirt from?
This shirt? Yeah.
Where'd you get it?
I bought this at Dillard's.
What about your pants?
I bought these. I just took the tags off. I bought these at Dillard's also.
Oops. Oops. So much for where you were going. I know where you were going with that. How's it feel not to land where you think you're going to land? Because you were thinking she's going to say that she got it from somebody and I'm going to go there. See? But no, she got it herself. And she told you where she got the stuff from. So what you saying? A whole bunch of nothing.
Okay, so that's relatively new because you said
Okay. Pick your face up off the floor and let's continue.
you got the tags off. This is so
but I have a really
old.
bad habit of buying clothes and then keeping them in my closet for a really long time and not taking the tags off, right? Because I mean, we're women, right? We go shopping,
right.
and so I have a lot of stuff in my closet that just has tags on it because I get bored and I go shopping.
Okay.
Nobody cares about that. You didn't have to add that. Nobody cares at all. You should have left it where you were. But no, you felt you had to add on to it because you have to justify. Why are you justifying it? You bought it. Nobody cares that you go shopping and you get bored and this, that, and the third. Nobody cares. It's superfluous. It's unnecessary drivel. Nobody gives a rat's behind about any of it. Least of all me. Getting back to it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
See, this is from so long ago. My memory is so bad. I didn't remember
Oh,
till
you know
he
where
said
you
something.
get
But you didn't forget to put it on,
Beautiful.
though. All right, let's move on.
Oops. You didn't forget to put it on.
Well, I just got to know, was it the jewelry guy or the wire fraud guy that got it?
I don't think that I should say.
It's probably the wire fraud guy.
She knows. She chose not to answer. She knew who it was. The gays gave it away. And yeah, it probably more than likely was the wire fraud guy.
She said it was a while ago. So
For the
Hey,
jewelry
yo,
guy.
Feds, you forgot something. You forgot something, Feds.
God damn, bro.
Hey, man, I'm a civilian.
Here.
I'm a civilian, bro. All right. Wait, the question was, men are feminine.
Case is done, so.
Nowadays, how does that manifest for you, I guess, in real life?
So
This is some funny shit, man.
Yeah, it's funny.
I couldn't actually relate to a lot of what you said, just to be honest.
Korea?
Yeah, I mean, like the one thing, like I'm in SAG after I've done a music video or a commercial with Paul McCartney, so I kind of understand like that kind of lifestyle. But
Nice story. But we didn't need to know who you were in a video with. That's name dropping. You didn't have to do that.
in terms of men, like I just can't, like I first of all, like I don't like to talk too badly about my exes because at one point I feel like I love them, and it's important to keep that kind of privacy. You know, there's some level of respect that you should have for your previous partner.
Except when they got hemorrhoids.
No, that guy is cool and great.
Yeah, I didn't like have a serious relationship.
Oh no.
Okay.
Right. But I also think that like you can't really tell who's a high value man or a high value woman off the bat. Like the looks are all superficial. They're all like you could rent a Lamborghini, pick a girl up, and then she'll, you know, like you or whatever. To be honest, like I went on a date last night with this like dinner with this like Colombian guy, really sweet, matched on Raya, but he was
Raya?
Good
but
for you.
he was a like a paraplegic, like he was like you know he's
For the audience, real quick, because they might not know, Raya is an app for celebrities. to meet girls.
Okay, I started it again after stopping it, just as you can get a gist as to what the Raya app is. But going back to the Asian woman, not her, the other one, she said he was a lovely guy, he was really sweet, but he was paraplegic. Now that's something that he can't help. Whether he's either born that way or through some sort of accident or trauma, that's how he is now. He has no way of controlling that. Now, from what she's saying, for all intents and purposes, the date went rather well. Is she going to call him back and give him a second one? Doubt it. And that's fine. No one's saying you have to. If he doesn't do it for you, he doesn't do it for you. It's a shame on his side because he's done all he can to make a good impression on you. But you looked at him superficially, noticed his deficiencies, and wrote him off for it. Not a good look. Let's get back.
Yeah, like for a girl, you could just get on there if you're pretty. But like as a dude, you got to have some kind of like you got to be on TV or have a social media presence or whatever to get on there.
And that shows you that the guy that took her on the date, the Colombian guy with the paraplegic, he had status because he's on the app. Women can get on these apps for free. That's another double standard that women have over guys. I don't think she paid anything to get on that app. But her suitor, the Colombian suitor, I bet he did. And I bet he paid a pretty penny to do it. Just to get shot down. Now I ask you, is that fair? Is that right? Is that just? Is that kind? Is it any one of those positive attributes that I just named? Does her actions fit any of them? No. And it's a shame because she's not a bad looking girl. She's not. She's objectively pretty. She's a solid 7. Just like the two black sisters here, they're 7s. I give them that. They're 7s. But they're young. And when they open their mouths, they show the youthfulness. Listen to her talk and then listen to them talk. Let's get back to it and we'll see the differences that I'm talking about.
You got to get accepted to get on there.
But I think these days, like you said, it's so hard to find like a quality man or like that's what you're looking for, right? And you really want to make sure that that person's going to be with you. And I'm not talking about like be good to you now. I'm talking about like I see my patients, they're 60, 70. They've turned psychotic. They have lupus, neuropsychiatric, and their partner still visits every single day, takes care of them, you know, suctions if they're in the ICU on the
Suction,
vent.
that's all right.
Chris, that's what you took from that?
And so these
Chris, that's what you took from that? She went through this whole beautiful soliloquy and you took suction from that. You can't make this stuff up. Here's to hoping that Fresh and Fit go on for as long as they want. Because they are definitely entertaining, if nothing else. And they are more than just entertaining. But if you take one thing away from them, these guys will make you laugh at some point in the podcast.
these are the important things, like who's going to stick around, who's going to be there for you and your children and the rest of your family. I don't care if you buy me a car, like you could save that money and like put it in an account for the kids.
The question is, are you going to go out that Columbia guy again?
Nope.
Yeah, I am.
You are?
Yeah.
Ooh. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Because, I stand corrected because when Myron answered the question, she came right out and said, yeah. She didn't wait. She didn't, if she waited or hesitated, then yeah, yes, Cap. But she didn't wait. Are you going out with that Colombian guy again? Yes. So good on you. And here's to hoping that you and he can work out your differences and have a long and happy life together.
Yeah.
You said he's a what?
Well, he's just disabled.
Okay, like he was in a wheelchair?
But yeah, but he was really, really cool.
How do you
really
get on
nice.
Raya? What does he do to get on Raya?
You don't have to be a celebrity to be on Raya. You just have to.
For the men, you do. You have to. You gotta have something.
Wait.
As a dude. For the women, no. For the guys, you do. Yeah.
What did you
Yeah.
do?
You gotta do something.
Really?
As a guy, yeah, bro. Because you gotta.
I don't actually like know completely something about.
You should ask.
I don't like to probe about a guy's.
Okay. Well, he's doing something then if he's on there. Is what I'm
Because
trying
like
to say.
I feel like a lot of guys are pressured to be like this perfect, like rich, like put together, like know exactly what they're doing, and it's like there shouldn't be that pressure. Like nobody knows what they're doing at like this age or even older.
But you're on Raya.
This woman is a breath of fresh air. If this was a job interview, she's got the job. She's got the job. And here's to hoping that she keeps it for as long as she wants it. Because everything that she said isn't about her. It's about her significant other. It's about her family. It's about their lives, not her life. This isn't me, me, me. It's us. It's he. It's them. And that's all guys really, really want. That's what guys really want. Do they want to smash? Absolutely. Yes, they do. But they also and ultimately want someone they can spend their life with. They they want someone that they can brag about to their friends. They want someone they can be proud to bring around their folks. They want someone who's going to compliment them, be a helper to them, and help them realize their potential. Because that's what a woman's primary function is. She was placed on this earth, whether it's creation or evolution, but she's there to be a help, not a hindrance. She's to be a help for the guy. Now, I honestly think that the things that guys do that are contrary or that complement their basic needs was put there as a challenge. Okay, you wanted to be a help, and I hear you. But what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that you are lustful by nature. And you have to overcome that. How do you do it? And same thing for women. All right, you want this guy to be your protection, provision, and so forth and so forth. We're going to make it so that you want your your equal or better. How are you going to keep them? And then let's just sit back and see what happens. That's where I think everything that is wrong with society comes down to. That's where it all messes up. Because your base nature, your animalistic tendencies, which are also right below the surface, are too easily allowed to come up to the surface. Guys want to have sex, so they have sex, which is contrary to what the woman wants, but it's what guys wanted. And on the other side, women tend to be hypergamous. Guys don't want that, but girls want that, so they do it. Shout out to No Fugazi, the new No Fugazi podcast in Cooley. He said something that I, for the most part, agree with, and he said that morality, we have morality that supersedes our basic instincts. And he likes to say that your belief in God should supersede your base impulses. I want to say that whether you believe in God or creation or whatever, you should still let morality be your guide. Before you do something, ask yourself, is this right? And if the answer is no, don't do it. See how simple that is? And for a female, before you do something, you stop and ask yourself, should I do this? And think about it for a minute. If the answer is no, then don't do it. It really is that simple. Life is binary. We make it shades of gray. It doesn't have to be shades of gray. It's binary. Positive, negative. Yes, no. If, then. And if then is conditional, so you really didn't have to look that far. Binary. Positive, negative. 1, 0. Yes, no. And don't worry about what other people might think, because other people aren't you. They should be the last thing you think about. Does this action affect me positively? Yes, it does. Okay, I'm doing it. Okay, no, it doesn't. Okay, no, I'm not doing it. You can get into the becauses and all other stuff later from the safety of the consequences of your actions, or the safety that that your that your decisions brought to you. Then you can go into the, well, I did this because I did this because I did this because this, that, and the other thing. I didn't do this because this, that, and the other thing. And it doesn't have to, and people say that you say these things to make yourself feel better, but look at it from a logical standpoint. You feel better because you made the decision, because it positively affected your life. whether you decided to do something or decided not to do it. You're better off for it. That brings you joy. So when you explain these things to people, you're not explaining these things to talk yourself into a decision. You're explaining what you did. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to do that. You don't have to. Let's listen to a little bit more of this.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yo,
You already know.
yo.
Sorry.
Question. This is random.
Ryan does a lot of the work for you.
This is very random, but are you into BDSM?
Wait,
I wouldn't say like that's like not my like
Oh, she is.
go-to
Okay.
kink.
Bro.
No, she is.
What is that?
I'm looking at your hand, and it looks a bit bruised up.
Oh, that's actually from my cat.
Oh,
A
okay.
rough cat.
Okay. It's a rough cat. Got it.
Yeah, but she is though.
That's something that someone into BDSM would say, right?
What is BDSM?
Bondage.
Bondage.
Man,
I like that.
Like,
you know.
Like
Dominant.
I love that type of stuff.
We know.
Like you nobody likes
there's
to be
levels.
choked.
Nigga where the
so,
ski
like,
master breaks into the house.
Maybe there's levels.
Yeah.
I love
Some-
that.
Shut up, bitch. Get on your knees.
Yeah.
We went from this really profound soliloquy that was very well thought out and very well articulated to this. Your Honor, the prosecution rests.
That's me though.
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of men aren't going to do that these days, though. Hate to say it, the whores have ruined that too.
Oh, and I've also been the only girl that
Yeah,
like
like, there's Me
pays
Too
first.
She'll say choke me. I'm like,
Every
sign
single
this
date I
waiver.
go on, I
Me
try
too,
to pay
what?
first.
Oh my god.
And guys will be like, a girl has never done that for me.
Wait,
and
you
I-
pay on the first date
Every
with a guy?
single time I try, yeah.
I feel like guys will take advantage of women like that though. Oh, she's paying?
I mean, I think it's a
Womenese translation. Your guys. See, it's your guys that do this. It's not guys in general. It's your guys. Because remember, 100% of women think that 80% of men are physically unattractive. 80%. And because they think they're physically unattractive, they are rendered invisible to them. And I'm sure that I've been labeled invisible to some of these chicks, and I consider myself a pretty good looking guy. Better than some, not as good as others. And I can be invisible, and that's okay. That's more than okay. That's quite all right. I don't hold any woman any ill will for what they may or may not think of me, because I can't control that. The only thing I can control is how I react to it. And because I want to be better than most of those people that they deal with, I'm going to carry myself accordingly. I'm not going to get mad at them. That's how you feel? Okay. Have at it. Let's get back.
important to
up.
show them that like you're there for the experience of hanging out with them, of
My nigga,
spending
you're
quality
different.
time with
That's
them.
really
different, bro.
sweet of you.
Like not like
Notice how Walter says you're different. Because she is different. She is different. And I have a suspicion that a lot of that is coming from her culture. She's Korean, for those who didn't know. South Korean to be precise. And she's got a good head on her shoulders. And I think that whoever decides that that's the woman they want to take a chance on are going to be pleasantly surprised. She's going to make some guy out there deliriously happy.
I mean, you shouldn't be wasting your time to get a free meal. Like, you could do that with the promoters here.
I agree with you.
Like, it's very easy. Like, if you're a pretty girl, if you, like, you can get a free meal all the time. That's not the issue.
When you talk,
your time.
I have hope in humanity
No,
again.
your time.
But
Thank you, Walter. When she talks, we have faith in humanity. The problem is that the things that she's saying, as well thought out as they sound, as pleasing to the ears they sound, they are a rarity. Shout out to our sister podcast, Common Sense, because the tagline is Common Sense. So rare it should be considered a superpower. This is a rarity. She's a unicorn. And although for the most normally I don't give out advice, I will say this. If you can talk to her, talk to her. But don't talk to her just to have sex with her. Talk to that girl like you want to marry her. Because the other side of it is this. She can have the thoughts that she has. But if enough negativity slides into her life, they'll jade her. They'll cloud her judgment and they'll turn her. The Whispers had a song, Lost and Turned Down, that when Olivia the Slave got distracted on her way to Grandma's house, a wolf in lamb's clothing came, blew her mind and changed her ways, and now she's turned down. And that's true. And I don't know about you all, but if this was me, I would not want to be the person to help change her and bring her down a path of darkness. She's all that she's all that we ascribe to be. Is she perfect? No. But she doesn't claim to be perfect. Which is another thing that's really good. Let's go ahead a little bit. And let's listen to what we got here.
It was the woman and her daughter and the husband, and there was two people that came to rob them, and the guy just kind of like went to hide inside the house, and the woman was the one that fought off the guys, you know. And so I feel like men don't really protect anymore.
You took one anecdotal bit of evidence and painted everybody with that brush. Miss Dime Store Madonna. No. We don't let that slide.
So
okay.
and
All right.
then
Well said.
So they don't make plans and they don't protect.
yeah, and then emotionally as well. I feel like women.
I feel like a strike 4. Sit your ass down. You're done.
Are more emotional because of the PMSing, stuff like that, and I feel like men nowadays they act more off emotion, you know, instead of like reason. So
Ask yourself why. yourself, why do men act that way? Who's raising these men to act in their feminine? Here's a little hint for you. It's not their fathers. Because for whatever reason there is, they're not in their life. Whether he walked out or was driven out, the whys don't matter. The whats are all that matter. And the whats is you're on your own. Your mother doesn't need me, so she'll raise you.
No, she get 3. Goddamn.
The one who was robbing, was it Candace's ex?
The what? I'm sorry?
Was the one who was robbing, was it Candace's ex?
No.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Goddamn, man.
My ex did no robbing. Let's make that very clear.
Hey, man, you, bruh.
He robbed the jewelry store.
No, he did not. I never said
Oh, allegedly.
that.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Yo, did
You don't have to say it. But
chat find out who it was, by the way?
Oh, I think they do, right?
Yeah, the chat found out who it was, right?
Mo, is it in the chat?
Yeah.
It's in my chat?
Okay. All right. We'll move on, though,
Shit,
so
you
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 miss
got
friends.
to be kidding.
Oh, yeah, they really be finding shit. All right.
How am I more feminine today?
She's getting translation,
I'm
guys.
Sorry, yeah, I just want to make sure, like, I understand the question. Like, can you repeat, please?
Yeah. How are men, it was how are men feminine today, right? Walt?
Yes.
Yeah. How are men feminine today, from what you noticed? Maybe in France it's different.
Like, how do men act like
Bruh.
girls?
Oh. No.
So
no.
maybe-
Yeah, no.
No.
Why don't we
like,
just take our phone out and
I
do
think
Google
like
Translate?
I think like the job of the man is like to protect the girl. I mean,
Protection, yeah.
you can't like drop off a man, pick up a man, and pay for him like
Oui, oui.
princess treatment, like princess man. Oui, oui. No, I don't like a princess man. I mean,
Some men act like princesses.
yeah, some men act
I don't
like
want to be an
princess.
asshole or whatever, but bro, every time we've ever had a French girl on here, they never speak English, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
Yo, they
I
be coming
speak
to
English,
America and they don't speak English, bro.
No, I speak English, but you guys speak too fast for me.
Oh, okay,
That's
so-
why,
so
but I
slower.
speak English actually.
Yeah.
So slower.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I speak English.
Beautifully.
That's what he told me, man.
Go ahead, you want to do it slow? Go ahead, you got it.
So, in America,
Yeah.
men nowadays,
Or in France, actually.
in France too, are more like women. Sometimes.
Really?
You don't see it?
No.
Not in France. I guess it's American.
Not in France.
thing.
Okay,
But
well,
I mean, like in Dubai,
America.
like in Dubai. Yeah, okay, in America, but in Dubai and in, like that's my culture. Like the men pay the bills, the men take care of the woman, and the woman make sure he don't like need anything. Like of course, if I will be married, if at 4 a.m. my husband is hungry, I'm gonna cook for him. But
But have you seen in America guys acting maybe more like women?
with me, no.
Yes. Okay, cool. Perfect. What about you?
I have found that some men are quite emotional. And when I say emotional is they're very reactive and they lack self-control. And that's a big turn off. I'm very quick to walk away and go, it's very nice meeting you.
Do you see it right away or before it's like too late? Like when it's like
Give us an example of
Yeah.
like
I
them
don't-
being reactive.
Oh no, you can see it right away. Maybe 2, 3, 4 dates in. Yeah.
What's an example of that?
But I think
Yeah.
it's asking the right questions is what brings it out sometimes.
Give us one example of the guy was too emotional that you saw right away.
Too emotional.
Yeah.
Or too reactive. is
Okay,
what it says.
too reactive.
this one lasted like 3 months, 2-3 months. Okay, so it was heading towards. It was catered to me. It was very wonderful.
Let's smash.
Cooked for me. It was great, wonderful.
No ED?
He, no,
Not yet.
definitely
Great.
not, definitely not. And so he suggested that we take a trip to Costa Rica together.
Okay.
Right? I'm like,
Suggested.
are you sure? Because that's a whole different country, you know. I need what are we doing here? So he's like, well, let's see, like, we're going to be there for like a week. Let's see if we can get along very well. And then, I'd like to start dating you exclusively. And I'm like, okay. And I went. I didn't realize until I had spent that much time with this individual that he was an alcoholic.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
He was an alcoholic, but he had been hiding it very well because obviously I would go over at certain times and then he would, taper off of it. But being with him for that extended period of time, he was an alcoholic and he raised his voice at me. He put his hand on me.
Oh,
and that's when you're scaring me.
Then they go into
right
Costa
now.
Rica because there's probably no DV laws.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
What the fuck?
Nigga went to Costa Rica to do Smash Bros.
By the way, we do not advocate man hitting women at all.
Yeah,
That's
of
not
course
cool
not.
at all.
So when I say put his hand, he grabbed me.
Oh, okay.
Right,
He didn't punch you.
He grabbed me.
Okay.
And I quickly, don't put your hands on me. You're scaring me. I need you to go to the
How
other
did
room.
he grab you? Were you guys arguing, or was it like a hot grab? Like
It was one of those. No, it was not hot. He yelled at me and then came into the kitchen to try to kind of like, oh, I'm so sorry, and
Wait,
this and
why
that.
did he-
After
why
being
did you yell?
explosive.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Why
Why
did he yell?
Yeah, Chris asking why did he yell at you?
Oh, because he was tired
What the fuck?
Of what?
It sounds sassy.
Tired of you.
of the day.
Probably tired
Because
of
we
you,
were,
bro.
we were doing excursions, doing this. So, but he had been drinking the entire driving and drinking, and I was
shit.
like, "Are you
That's
okay?
what
Like,
Chris-
slow
Nigga,
down."
fresh. I don't drink
Yeah.
all day, man. Nigga, relax.
No, you did. Yeah.
Come here.
Yeah.
Fresh, don't talk
So, yeah. So
What
that
was his
happened.
nationality?
Get over here. Hispanic?
No. He was half African American and half white.
That's the white side. Just saying. Okay.
Okay.
So, too emotional,
Well,
too reactive.
Chat's saying she nagged him, so I'm sure she was
They're
nagging,
saying
bro.
you were nagging him. Did you nag him?
No, I asked him what did he want for dinner. He was.
You a woman? Make something now, bitch.
Yo,
now.
like, oh, baby, she gotta pay the bills? I just do it.
So yeah, I think and it's fine. You can be tired. You can be.
What time are you talking?
Chris giving her
But-
flashbacks of the drunk guy.
Yeah, bro. I'm just saying, man. We be hot, bro.
Okay.
So it is, but yes, very emotional, very.
Make me a hamburger, man. God damn, make anything. Hot dogs.
Don't mind him. He's a little bit drunk.
Hey, yo, I'm giving her advice.
That's not.
she's used to drunk. She's used
When
to
I
drunk.
say drunk, I'm talking about killed 2 bottles by himself.
I mean,
Tequila?
Like I'm pretty sure he's gonna have cirrhosis.
bro, I don't do a lot.
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't have
Yeah,
erectile dysfunction.
Oh shit.
No, that part was good.
Okay.
TMI.
Fantastic.
What about you? What have you seen?
I have no problem with men expressing their emotions as long as it's not borderline abusive. Because I think back then, when it was really traditional, men they were taught to hide their emotions and be like, oh, just tough it out. I always told all my ex-boyfriends, oh, if you have any problem, come to me. Communicate.
That's why
with
that
me
Italian
about
nigga
it.
yelled at you.
Excuse me.
What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck? Why you said I'm courageous to me? What the fuck, Jay? I want to fuck some bitches in peace. What's wrong with you? Oh, man.
She's the next.
Yeah.
She's the next man.
Yeah. You got NYU. What's wrong with you? Stupid. Sorry, okay.
Pizza.
We good? I want to fuck some bitches, capiche? Okay. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Hey, Tony. Get the pizza.
No, it's okay.
Oh, thanks for killing
Yo,
it.
start fresh, yo.
God damn,
bro.
man. They killed the joke now, man.
It's fine, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yo, Mo, come on, man. Hit me up.
Come on, man. Fuck, man. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
Damn, bro.
But like nowadays, a lot of the guys, I think they lost the traditional value of being a provider and being able to protect. And this is different. Like it could be culturally and mannerism and how you're raised in your family. It could be different. But for me, I grew up conservative. I grew up traditional. You can express your emotions to me. Just don't lose don't lose your value as a man. Like do what you have to do. Like fulfill your role.
I
as
gotta
a
ask
man.
this question.
Body count.
No. What the
Oh, sorry. I was curious.
was your ex like full Italian?
Yes.
Did he have like the accent like forget about it?
His parents did. He.
Yeah, like this from New York. I'm from the city.
Yeah, from Jersey.
Oh shit, I'm from Jersey. Okay.
Oh, they're yelling. Definitely, they're loud.
Just in my mind, I could just picture that nigga like running up to her with a white beater on, just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I got bitches on the side. Why you got some undercover coming? What the fuck's going on over here? Trying to fuck this bitch in peace, and you fucking this up for me, NYU. Go back to NYU. I want to fuck these bitches in peace. I can just like picture that in my fucking head, bro. Jersey Shore type shit. Jealous oozing out of his head and shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you,
Mike?
Did he look like that? Did he look like a Jersey Shore guy?
No.
No?
He was way better looking.
Okay. What the?
Was he tanned?
His brother was tan. He went to the gym, yeah, because he was an athlete.
Did he do laundry?
Oh my god.
Yes, tan laundry.
Did he
have tattoos?
He has one. He has one.
Did he throw grenades?
All right, sorry, but continue. I was just I just like picture in my head a nigga with a white beater yelling at her.
GTL.
Yeah, sorry. Continue on.
No, what the heck?
No, so yeah, be emotional, but just don't be abusive. Communicate with me, express how you feel.
Okay.
He was, well, if I'm basing it off of my ex, he never did 50-50, even though I did offer to pay sometimes. So yes, a couple meals I did pay. And I used to always just buy dessert after we ate. He was like, don't do that. Because he's just traditional like that, you know? I think those are the values that a lot of the guys are missing today. I think they're going too full, saying like, they're just expecting too much from women.
No. 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 That goes back to what I've been saying earlier. Ask yourself why. Because there's always a reason for people acting and doing the things that they do. There's always a reason for why people act the way they act, say the things they say, feel the way they feel. There's always a reason behind it. And it goes back to single parent, mother dominated or female dominated households. And the reasoning for that is unbelievably simple. If a woman is going to be in her feminine, how can she teach a man to be in his masculine? Or does it even matter? Because for the majority of single female households, the guys don't matter. So if they don't matter to her, she's going to raise boys where it doesn't matter to them. And they're going to be more feminine than masculine. And that's not to be confused with effeminate masculinity, which are guys who sound feminine. I had a good friend like that. He was a man's man, but he talked lightly. And we joke about it every now and then. We rip him about it, but nobody really thought twice about it because he was a man in every way that it counted, and none of us ever doubted that. This video was a good one. It goes on for 3 hours and 6 minutes and 29 seconds, and you can watch the full video on Rumble. As a matter of fact, going forward, anytime we do a fresh and fit podcast reaction, it's going to be the Rumble version because that's the full version. They do about an hour, hour and a half or so around that time on Rumble and YouTube, but they always drop the YouTube and go to Rumble when it gets spicy. So we're gonna look on those that that podcast stream. And the delusion, bringing it all back to the beginning, was on display for anyone who can listen, not even can listen, who can listen. Because outside of the Korean girl, what the? This podcast and others in the Jazzy Groove Rainy Day podcast family are brought to you by the power of 5. Like, comment, subscribe, notify, share. By themselves, they are powerful. Each one has the power to move the YouTube algorithm in a favorable light. And the ultimate goal of the YouTube algorithm is to introduce more people to a podcast stream. By themselves, they're powerful. Together, they're unstoppable. It all starts with hitting the like button. So if you do one thing for me today, and you've come this far, ain't no thing to hit the like button. So I challenge you. Hit the like button. In the next week, we're going to have a contest that's going to be across multiple platforms. And the goal is going to be to raise viewer levels and raise subscribers. Details are coming. So keep coming back and checking in on that. And now we've come to the end. Until the next, this is OBJ, your gracious, kind, and thoughtful host, saying peace, y'all.